If you were born in 1960 or later, 2026 marks the final step in a Social Security change that's been unfolding since 1983. Your full retirement age is now locked in at 67 for good. If you're not totally sure what that number actually means for your check, you're not alone. Today we're breaking down exactly what changed, who it affects, and what you need to do about it on this week's Nest Egg Report. So here's what people are really asking. Did Social Security's retirement age just change again? Is this some new law? And more importantly, does it actually affect you? And by how much? Here's the short version. Nothing new is happening to you personally this year. What's happening is that 2026 is the year the last group caught in a 40-year-old phase-in schedule finally reaches the finish line. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age has always been 67. 2026 is just the year that becomes true for everyone in that group at once. This goes back to 1983. Social Security was facing a funding shortfall, and Congress passed a set of reforms that, among other things, gradually raised the full retirement age from 65 to 67. Instead of doing it all at once, lawmakers phased it in slowly, 2 months at a time, spread across birth years. The change came out of what's usually called the 1983 Social Security Amendments, a bipartisan fix, put together with input from a commission led by Alan Greenspan, meant to shore up the program's finances for decades to come. Instead of a sudden jump, lawmakers spread the increase out gradually, which is exactly why the phase-in has taken over 40 years to fully complete. If you were born in 1954 or earlier, your full retirement age is 66. From there, it climbs 2 months per birth year all the way up to anyone born in 1960 or later who lands at 67 and stays there. There's no further increase built into current law past that point. To make that concrete, someone born in 1958 has a full retirement age of 66 and 8 months. Not a round number, and easy to get wrong if you're going off memory instead of checking. Someone born in 1962, on the other hand, is already past the phase-in entirely and simply has a full retirement age of 67, full stop. Full retirement age isn't the age you're allowed to claim Social Security. You can claim as early as 62 or wait as late as 70. What full retirement age controls is how much of your benefit you get to keep. Claim before your full retirement age, and your check is permanently reduced, not delayed, permanently smaller for the rest of your life. Claim at exactly your full retirement age, and you get 100% of your calculated benefit. Wait past it, up to age 70, and your check permanently increases too. As of 2026, here's roughly what that looks like. The average monthly benefit is around $2,083. The maximum benefit if you claim at 62 is about $2,969 a month. Wait until full retirement age and the maximum climbs to roughly $4,207. Wait all the way to 70 and it tops out around $5,181. That's not a typo. The gap between claiming at 62 and waiting until 70 can be over $2,000 a month at the maximum benefit level for the rest of your life. Let's make this concrete with an example. Say someone named Susan was born in 1962, which means her full retirement age is 67. Susan's calculated benefit at full retirement age is $2,400 a month, roughly in line with the current average. If Susan claims at 62, the earliest possible age, that benefit gets reduced by about 30%, dropping to roughly $1,680 a month, and that reduction is permanent for as long as she collects. If she waits until exactly 67, she gets her full $2,400. And if she waits all the way to 70, delayed retirement credits add about 8% per year for each year past full retirement age, pushing her check up to roughly $2,976 a month, again, permanently. Over a 20-year retirement, the difference between claiming at 62 and claiming at 70 can add up to well over $300,000 in total lifetime benefits, depending on how long Susan lives. And if you're worried about locking in the wrong choice forever, there is a safety valve. Social Security allows a one-time withdrawal of your application within 12 months of first claiming, using Form SSA 521. You'd have to repay everything you'd already received, including anything withheld for Medicare or taxes, but it effectively resets your claim as if you'd never filed. It's not something to plan around, but it's worth knowing it exists if your circumstances change shortly after you claim. The reasoning behind the 1983 change was straightforward. People are living longer than they were when Social Security started in the 1930s, and a longer average retirement means more years of benefits paid out per person. Raising the full retirement age was one way to help the program's finances keep up with that. Here's the basic mechanics, since this part confuses a lot of people. Social Security isn't a savings account with your name on it sitting in a vault somewhere. Today's payroll taxes, the money currently being withheld from working people's paychecks, pay for today's benefits, plus whatever the trust fund holds in reserve. When more money comes in than goes out, the surplus sits in the trust fund and earns interest. When benefits paid out exceed payroll tax revenue, the program draws down that trust fund to cover the gap. That's the situation Social Security is in right now, which is exactly why the depletion date matters. And that financing conversation isn't over. The most recent Social Security Trustees report projects the program's retirement trust fund could be depleted around 2032. That doesn't mean Social Security disappears. It means that, unless Congress acts before then, incoming payroll taxes would only cover roughly 78% of scheduled benefits, which works out to about a 22% across-the-board cut. Raising the full retirement age again to 68 or even 69 is one of several ideas that gets floated in these conversations. But as of today, none of that is enacted law. It's a policy debate, not a change that's happening to your benefit right now. One mix-up we see constantly. Full retirement age is not the same as Medicare eligibility. Medicare still starts at 65 for almost everyone, regardless of what your Social Security full retirement age is. So even if your full retirement age is 67, you still need to handle Medicare enrollment separately at 65. Missing that window carries its own permanent penalty, which is a topic we cover in another video on this channel. The biggest myth we hear connected to all of this: Social Security is running out, so I should just claim as early as possible to get what I can before it's gone. That's an understandable fear, but it's not how this works, and acting on it can cost you real money. Even in the most pessimistic version of the trustees' report projections, the program does not disappear in 2032. It continues paying benefits from ongoing payroll taxes, just potentially at a reduced percentage if Congress doesn't act before then. That's a real risk worth watching, and a good reason to pay attention to what happens in Washington over the next several years. But it's not a reason to lock in a permanently smaller check today out of fear of a cut that, even in the worst case, wouldn't eliminate your benefit entirely. The claiming age decision should be based on your health, your other income, and how long you realistically expect to need this money, not on a headline about a trust fund date. One more thing worth knowing: this isn't an all-or-nothing decision limited to just 3 ages: 62, full retirement age, and 70. Your benefit adjusts in small increments for every single month you claim early or wait, not just at those 3 headline numbers. So if your full retirement age is 67 and you claim at 66 instead of 62, you're not getting the full 62-year-old reduction. You're getting a smaller in-between adjustment. The same is true on the delayed side. Claiming at 68 gets you part of the increase toward 70, not the whole thing and not none of it. The exact month you claim matters, which is exactly why the personalized estimate on your SSA.gov account is worth more than any general rule of thumb, including the ones in this video. So, to recap, if you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age has always been 67. 2026 is simply the year that becomes true for the whole group at once. Claiming before that age permanently reduces your check. Waiting past it permanently increases it up to age 70. This week, the one thing worth doing: log into your account at ssa.gov and pull up your personal Social Security statement. It'll show your exact full retirement age and your estimated benefit at 62, at full retirement age, and at 70, based on your real earnings record, not a generic chart like the one in this video. If you're married or planning around a spouse's benefit, there's a rule buried in how spousal benefits work that trips up a lot of couples. That's exactly what we're covering next on the Nest Egg Report. See you there. This channel is for education, not personalized financial advice. Always talk to a licensed professional about your specific situation.